Hello, I'm Dr. Arundhati Hoskeri. Today I'm sharing something interesting with you all. I love science and mathematics as much as I love language and literature and fine arts. Ever since I remember, I have been using both my hands in whatever I did, but writing was only with right hand. When I was in my late 30s, I developed a trigger finger in my right hand, which started causing severe pain while writing. My index finger would not bend. It used to just pop out, and I used to feel so awkward even to put my signature when people were around or write something when people were around. It was really a frustrating thing. Then one day I started writing with my left hand, and within 12 days, I could write comfortably with my left hand. At that time, my husband, Dr. Govind Hoskeri, a medical doctor, said, I knew you were ambidextrous and your both hands are equally dominant. This made me read a lot and research a lot and refer to a lot of books and medical books to understand what is ambidexterity. And here I am sharing my learning with you all. So I hope you like this. Thank you.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at something absolutely fascinating that bridges the gap between our physical bodies, our minds, and our spiritual awareness. We're drawing on some incredible insights from Dr. Arundhati Hoskeri. She's an educator, a published author of 45 books, and, get this, she's naturally ambidextrous herself. Her own curiosity about this trait led her to research what's really happening behind the scenes, and honestly, the findings blew my mind. Okay, let's dive into this. So, what can using your non-dominant hand actually teach you about life and success? I mean, if you're right-handed, what could you possibly learn from trying to scribble with your left hand, right? It sounds like just a simple physical party trick. But as you'll see, we're about to explore how this is actually a massive expanding metaphor for how we approach almost everything. It's all about balance. And finding that balance, well, it can be an absolute secret weapon for success. Part 1. Beyond just two hands. The physical reality. So, by definition, an ambidextrous person is someone who can use both their right and left hand with nearly equal skill. They can write, draw, throw a ball, or just do everyday tasks comfortably with either hand. Now, I found this super interesting. True, natural ambidexterity is actually really rare. The vast majority of us have a heavily dominant hand. But here's why this matters for you and me. Many people can actually develop some degree of skill in their non-dominant hand through deliberate practice. It's a physical capability that's just waiting to be awakened. Moving on to part 2, the psychological perspective. There is a pretty stark contrast between the traditional roles of our brain's hemispheres. The left hemisphere, that's the domain of logic, analysis, language, and structured thinking. The right hemisphere, on the other hand, is where we process creativity, intuition, imagination, and emotions. Now, modern neuroscience tells us these functions are highly integrated anyway, but ambidexterity is often associated with even greater communication between these two distinct sides. It's kind of like having a high-speed fiber optic cable constantly zipping information back and forth between the logical and the creative. Now, yes, having that high-speed connection is great, but let's be clear. This doesn't automatically make someone a genius. What it does do, however, is give them greater cognitive flexibility, and that is huge. It's the ability to switch between different ways of thinking and seamlessly adapt to changing situations. If you can approach a problem from multiple angles, literally balancing analytical thinking with free-flowing creativity, you become a highly effective problem solver and a true innovator. Which brings us to part 3, the spiritual perspective. Spiritually speaking, being able to use both hands comfortably is viewed symbolically as a perfect balance of dual energies. You know, many ancient traditions speak of complementary forces. We see this in the balance of Shiva and Shakti, the harmony of yin and yang, or the balance between masculine and feminine aspects that exist within every single one of us. Looked at in this light, physical ambidexterity is seen as a physical reflection of balancing these incredibly powerful dual energies right within your own soul. Yogic philosophy brilliantly illustrates this concept. Think about the left and right sides of the body, which are associated with specific energy channels called nadis. On the left side, we have Ida, which represents intuition, receptivity, and inner awareness. And over on the right, we have Pingala, representing action, logic, and outward expression. Now, obviously, just being able to juggle with two hands isn't definitive proof of spiritual enlightenment. But spiritual practitioners see this as a really powerful metaphor. A balanced flow between Ida and Pingala promotes harmony and clarity. It's all about integrating your deepest intuition with your sharpest intellect for true spiritual growth. And finally, part 4, the domino effect. All right, let's do a quick mental reset here and ask a highly practical question. Does having this kind of balance, this ambidexterity, actually create a domino effect in your daily life? Well, the short answer is yes, indirectly. A domino effect, of course, is when one single small action triggers a massive chain reaction of positive outcomes. Just to clarify, simply writing your grocery list with your left hand won't magically double your income overnight. Ambidexterity itself doesn't knock over the dominoes, but the mental qualities associated with it absolutely do. The real catalysts here are adaptability, flexibility, creativity, and balanced thinking. Those are the specific traits that initiate the whole chain reaction. Let's see how this builds step by step. Picture those dominoes lined up in your mind right now. First, that balanced thinking sparks a creative idea. That idea naturally leads to a new opportunity. That opportunity, well, it gives you the chance to learn new skills. As those skills start to build, your confidence surges. That newfound confidence instantly drives up your performance. And boom, better performance blasts open entirely new doors. It's a small action creating massive kinetic energy, leading to sweeping positive outcomes. So, what does this all mean for us? The crucial point is this. The real ambidexterity we should all be striving for isn't just about our hands. It is the active, intentional balancing of logic with intuition. It's matching your planning with actual action. It is bridging thinking with doing. When all these aspects are working together harmoniously, your small, everyday decisions yield incredibly powerful, lasting results in both your personal and your professional life. I want to wrap up our explainer today with a beautiful quote from Dr. Hoskeri because it just perfectly captures everything we've uncovered. She says, true ambidexterity is not just the ability to use both hands. It is the ability to balance the mind and the heart, reason and intuition, action and awareness. When these are aligned, even a small step can set a beautiful domino effect in motion. Wow! So I'll leave you with this question. Where in your own life are you relying entirely on your dominant side? And what incredible domino effect might you trigger if you finally decided to awaken the other half?